Hi everyone, let's start. Good evening from the USF team. My name is Elena and I will host the event today. And we are encouraged to start the final pitch for the YZR Capital Investment Fund. YZR Capital is a €100 million investment firm with the European early stage health tech focus backing startups with a strong impact footprint. And let me introduce the jury members who will evaluate startups today and decide who will receive funding. And sorry if I mispronounce someone's name. The first jury member is Markus Feuereke, co-founder and managing partner. Then is Dr. Reinhard Meyer, co-founder and managing partner. Christina Schmidt, investment manager, and Paul Kurz, investment professional. And I would like to give a floor to Mr. Marcus, who will say a few words today. Mr. Marcus, the floor is yours.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you, Elena. Thank you to the whole Ukrainian Startup Fund team for making this possible, for spreading the word of this open call, for organizing the day that we are having today. Many thanks to all of you that are participating. You have been selected for this day amongst a lot of applications that we all found quite amazing, very innovative. And yeah, personally, through my journeys, I know about creativity, resilience, and strengths of the team the Ukrainian startup scene has to show, in particular in health tech. So thanks for your applications. Thanks for being here today. From our side, it was described what we are doing, health tech focused fund. We invest in all over Europe. We have right now in this fund 10 companies in our portfolio in the three buckets: digital medtech, digital health services, and digital health. And we're looking forward to add more companies to this portfolio and are excited about your pitches today. And the process will be, we will narrow down amongst the companies that are presenting today to put in more due diligence work into those very few selected afterwards. And yeah, my colleagues and I are looking forward to a very exciting afternoon/evening. Good luck to all of you. And I would say, unless I have forgotten something, let's start it off.
Great, thank you. And finally, let's meet the startup teams. Today, the projects will present Aspici team, Scalicare, Numo, Rekoshelf, Misu Medvoice, Moni Hill, Rozmova, Lita House, Knowledge Gator, Dokie, and ApexMed. As for the timing, startups will have 5 minutes for the pitch and 5 minutes for a Q&A session. And please be ensured that you are on a mute while the other startup is pitching. And let's start. I would like to invite the first startup to the stage, Aspici team.
Hello, colleagues. I'm Victor, CEO and co-founder of Aspici. Glad to be here. Can you see my screen?
Yes.
Yep. Let us start. So I'm really excited to present disruptive pivot of Aspici, which is virtual reality psychology therapist assistant. And this project appeared as a response to mental health catastrophe in Ukraine. As you probably know, we do have more than 15 million people traumatized seriously inside and outside of Ukraine, including 1 million of military guys and veterans. What we have found out that similar problem is actually common for the people worldwide. It is approximately 1 billion people who suffers from different types of mental disorder. It significantly impacts global economy because of loss of productivity. It happens because of lack of therapists, stigma, and expensive services. What we are doing, we are using virtual reality headset as a teleportation mean to put person into safe mirror real life experience where he can work on his mental health and improve it without any kind of distraction. It gives really exciting possibilities, and we would say that photorealistic virtual reality assistant is a prodigy psychological solution. It allows full immersion and full attention of the patients. It allows to launch and interact within different objects and metaphors. And what is really important is such kind of devices bringing to the world possibility to increase capacity just at a normal scale and making psychology as a service accessible to everybody. We are working only on evidence-based protocols and methods, which we are putting into virtual reality headset. We are using practices, mindfulness practices, CBT, DBT, EMDR techniques, which are working in a safe virtual reality environment. We do have, for years of working, we do have amazing traction in Ukraine, and there is a queue of clinics and psychologists who are waiting for our solution. At the moment, we are supporting 12 clinics in Ukraine and up to 300 patients receiving our services per day. What is really amazing and proof of our hypothesis in regards to the need of the world is that we are signing first contract with the nursing house in United States. Besides the traction, there is unfortunately amazing.
For interacting, but we can see only the first slide.
Really?
Yes.
Once again.
Yes.
Is it moving?
Yes, yes.
So it was about the full immersion into safe mirror life experience. It is about the benefits virtual reality headset can bring as a psychology assistance, and that is about methods, traction, and data. And I was telling about the data we are unfortunately able to collect from people who are suffering from mental disorders in Ukraine. We are serving and will be serving more than 1 million of patients, 4 times more sessions and metrics, and we will be dealing with thousands of therapists and receiving their recommendations. There are a lot of testimonials, few of them when we were supporting veterans of the war and women who actually suffered from the consequences of the war. So it is amazing how one exercise in virtual reality headset can turn mood of the patients. And after 10 exercises, we can see significant changes. Using the data, we are going to apply artificial intelligence techniques actually to overcome stigma, to increase capacity of the therapists, and last but not least is post-treatment tracking. So we will measure how the patients will behave after rehabilitation period. There are significant results, and we can talk about it more. It is important to highlight that there is not just increasing of the overall feeling we can observe, but there is a significant learning skills patients can gain from our exercises and can apply methods in real life. Our offer is to clinic to increase capacity, and therapists can serve more patients, provide more sessions, and increase income for the clinics. For the patients, it means more therapy and decrease of the monthly expenses. Market is $10 billion.
But the time is up, unfortunately.
Sorry.
Yes, let's move on to the Q&A session. Dear jury members, maybe you have some questions.
Many thanks, Victor. Many thanks for that. Maybe you could quickly elaborate first on the patient impact, and then second, you mentioned that you were bringing the product already outside of Ukraine. That would be interesting. And the third one, how does your individual background help you succeed in that space and build a different product than others maybe do?
Okay, could you please repeat the first question?
So the first question is patient impact.
Patient impact. So there is a significant statistically measurable effect just after 10 sessions. Basically, there is a decrease of anxiety, depression symptoms, and increasing of overall feeling. And we are applying, so before launching to the market, each and every exercise we are providing, we are making a clinical researches and measuring it according to the variety of standardized psychological questionnaires and protocols like HADS, for instance. The second, outside, so working with the rehabilitation, we are talking to the variety of international funds and the association who supports Ukraine. And because of it, we basically started pretty early consultancy and getting experience from the psychologists and therapists in UK, in United States, and as well in Europe. So there is a recognition and early verification, and based on those contacts, we are receiving introductions to a variety of establishments or institutions who are working with the mental health disorders. The first reaction actually surprised us. We talked and made a demo to Nothing House for elder people in Utah, as we were visiting Silicon Slopes conference in Salt Lake City, and basically all of the representatives were impressed, and we are in progress of negotiating the contract. Basically, it will be a subscription fee for 10 houses, for 10 helmets, with the $700 per month subscription fee. And about experience, so myself and my partner, we worked in IT for 20 years. Basically, that is our second enterprise, second startup. The previous one, we had a successful exit and sold company to Harman Samsung. So it's definitely allow us to understand the problem worldwide, to find the proper solution, and doing the business development and sales efficiently worldwide. I personally was engaged in sales and business development, I was representing companies in Europe and Asia and United States.
Thank you. Questions from my colleagues?
I didn't quite get, you mentioned 300 patients a day, more than 300 patients a day, and then 1 million patients in total. Is that something you achieved already, or you're going to achieve? And when yes, in what time frame?
Yeah, we are almost there. So the situation is following. Because of the lack of capacity, average rehabilitation period in Ukraine is 10 days. So during the 10 days, we are supporting 300 patients in 12 clinics. So during the year, it will be multiplied by 35, and we are constantly working on increasing of it. So it's a target for us for the next year. We do have commitment of variety. So we are doing both commercial activities and non-profit activities. So for Ukraine, it is non-profit, and we are receiving support from the different foundations, like, for instance, USAID, Razum for Ukraine, IREX, and there is a commitment to support the extension. Moreover, we are working together with Meta, Facebook, who recognized us as a most promising VR startup in Ukraine, doing the solid, impactful project, and they are going, hopefully, to provide to Ukraine more than 4,000 helmets for free, and as well finance our non-profit activities.
Great. The time is up for the Q&A session. So thank you for your pitch. Please stop sharing the presentation. And let's move to the next project. And I'm happy to invite ScaleCare startup.
Hello, everyone. Do you see my presentation?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, hello. My name is Gosha. I'm from ScaleCare. Last year, I moved back to the house where I grew up to help my grandma fight cancer. I mean, follow her to the chemotherapy, help her take pills, go to the toilet, and do whatever she needs. It really wasn't easy, first of all, emotionally. And a few months later, I went the same way with another grandma. So I know that being a caregiver is a great responsibility, and it is very difficult to cope with it alone, especially when cancer wins. So that's why we created ScaleCare. Our app is designed to support patients' entire family, from diagnosis through treatment and rehabilitations. ScaleCare will reduce your stress level with personalized care based on cognitive behavioral therapy and artificial intelligence technologies. Unique audio exercises are generated for your personal needs. Instant chat support. A caregiver's guide that systematizes your knowledge about treatment and how to care. And finally, a huge community with whom you find the resources you need in these difficult times. ScaleCare is the only place where caregiver will hear the real one, I understand you. We see a potential to become a part of worldwide health caregiving industry, and our focus in 2 years is Ukrainian and UK markets. After that, we will keep growing at European countries. Our main advantage over our competitors is a focus on the needs of caregivers as they give preference to patients, and much more targeted psychological support, and of course, our own technologies. In B2C market, we will gain revenue through affiliates and subscriptions. In the B2B, we are focused on hospitals. We can reduce the workload of medical staff and create additional value for patients. In the future, we plan to cooperate with insurance company also. At first, Scale was a bot and messenger. We validated an idea and gained 800 caregivers, and they feel better now. Just 2 months ago, we launched an application, and now we have completed testing with early adopters and preparing to enter to the market. Our strategy is based on cooperation with national healthcare systems and patient organizations. For this purpose, we already have partnerships with 3 private clinics in Ukraine, to which we provide test access for all families of cancer patients. We are also signing a memorandum of cooperation with the National Cancer Institute in Kyiv, and this will allow us to provide access for 100 patients every day. Together with the Inspiration Family Foundation, we are already organizing events for patients' families and providing our service. Our final mission is to become an official treatment for caregivers. To do this, we are building our community of families to support them, but also to collect a sufficient amount of data for the research. And when I say we, I mean our great team. You already know about my experience as a caregiver, but I also have background in different social projects. Victoria is oncopsychologist and co-founder Ukrainian Psycho-Oncology Association. Our CTO Anton is pro in developing solution for medtech. Marina is serial entrepreneur who is responsible for strategy and communication. And Markian, he is a surgical oncologist with a great experience in palliative care as a doctor. And here is our advisory board with excellent people who help us to stay focused and give valuable hints. To achieve our milestones in next year, we are looking for 400,000 as a seed investments. We need it to improve our technology, making research, and preparing to enter to the UK market. We think that our partnerships with you can be great because we aspire to the same values, and your expertise would be valuable for us to grow together. So let's care about people who cared about us. Thank you.
Great, thank you for the presentation, dear jury members. Maybe you have any questions?
Thank you very much, and indeed, extremely important topic. You showed the competitor overview and highlighted basically your caregiver focus. Could you elaborate a bit what the product functionality is in that regard, and how it differs from others, and how it evolved over time after your new product releases and MVP?
Can you repeat? I'm sorry.
My question is basically learning more detail about your specialty in being caregiver support focused. What are the functionalities, and how did these functionalities develop over time with your latest releases?
Okay, I got it. First of all, we only one mental health application who really know that our users has cancer diagnosis in family. And we developing it to know specific needs of caregivers because we have caregivers in the team. We have oncopsychologists who work with caregivers every day. And it's we have to be more tolerant. We have to be more accurate. And we have to prove every feature we have that we can really help people who has patient in family. Yeah, and our roadmap for this for our users is different. Because we need, we have to clearly understand in what time we can to help, what way to help we need to choose for our users. Is they just knew about diagnosis, or maybe they using treatment during many months or years. And we understand their way and understand what kind of help, what type of help we can get them, give them.
And then you are highlighting your expansion into the NHS system UK. At the same time, the amount of money you're raising is relatively, for an international expansion, not that much. What is your starting advantage to address the NHS system?
Okay, Marina, can you help me with this question?
Yeah, hi everyone. From the perspective of money, what we're looking for right now, we're looking for completing the research. So we don't need money right now for putting ourselves inside the NHS. We need to have an agreement with them. So the UK could propose us to the clinics and other institutions. So it is like a bridge before we will expand and start working on other markets. And like a part of this for entering the UK, but other part is for developing and improving our AI.
Okay, thank you. Any questions from my colleagues?
One question. You mentioned you already have some users. Could you give us more information about them? Like how often are they using the app? How does retention look like?
Yeah, we in our MVP, our LTV was 3 months with half, but now we try to increase this time because it was just MVP, not a full application. We launched application just 2 months ago, so we don't know what LTV is right now. Users use our app just few minutes per day, and we don't want to have much time with them every day. We are not Instagram or YouTube. unique users every day. Today we have 124 of all amount of users we had.
Okay,
So
thanks.
124 of 800. Yeah.
Thank you. The time is up. So I would like to introduce the next team is Numo. The floor is yours.
Hi. So my name is Julia, and I'm helping adults with attention deficit hyperactivity disorder or ADHD. In just 1 year since launch, we was able to get to almost 100K in monthly revenue, 65K in monthly active users, and 4K in paying customers in tier 1 countries. And here is the story. I was diagnosed with ADHD myself last year. I wish I'd known it earlier because it explains a lot. So that means that my brain and neurochemistry of the dopamine in the brain work slightly differently. So it's hard for me to focus, manage time, emotions, hyperactivity, and dozens of other symptoms. And I'm not alone. More than 300 million adults struggle with ADHD globally. And through the problem with the diagnostic, a lot of people was underdiagnosed in their childhood, and especially females. And now you see this TikTok madness, so like 60 billion views of ADHD related videos. So like people basically learning about their mental health through TikTok and then go and visit the doctor or like look for some resources. If you look at the market, you will see like there are some pharmaceuticals solutions like Adderall or Ritalin, but this is not a magic pill. This is actually an addictive pill, and you still need the behavioral changes. There are also expensive ADHD coaching, which is not accessible for a lot of people. And there are also some apps that, as our users say, built by neurotypical psychiatrists, and this is not like really stick to our community. So there is a global underserved need for accessible products that build for neurodivergent people by neurodivergent people. And here we are with Numo. Numo is a daily assistant for adults with ADHD, powered by AI and community. Numo is accessible, affordable, and fun, which means sticky in our community. So to actually get something done, Numo AI helps me with task initiation, task prioritization, and building the action plan. For daily emotional support, we have small accountability groups, like to be publicly accountable, and the large community to give the sense of belonging. All tools in Numo are science-based and gamified to give our users even more dopamine. We are already started our first clinical trial with a PhD in neuropsychology. It will help us in our future B2B and insurance strategy. Somehow one slide is missed, but never mind. Meet Sam, our power user. She was able, with help of Numo, she was able to be productive 82 days in a row and complete more than 2,600 of tasks. We received a lot of positive feedback, and this is our fuel. With our community-based model, we can be so much efficient and scalable than our competitors. So we can provide more affordable prices to our users and help more people worldwide. We also have 5 free ADHD apps that give us free leads through App Store search optimization. We use content marketing in 10 different languages to be the first on that markets. And we also use social media because it's the place where ADHD is gathered. We use it like in paid and organic way. Our ultimate goal is help the whole neurodivergent community. I mean, not only ADHD, but autistic spectrum disorder, obsessive compulsive disorder, and bipolar disorder, because a lot of them are actually like overlapping, and this is actually like 20% of population have like this kind of struggles, and we want to help them at home, at work, and through insurances. We are the team of like product geeks with like a lot of years of relevant experience in like product, in health and fitness. We are co-founders like for more than 3 years. We built another startup together fail at that and survived the hard pivot in March 22, which is like the first month of war, and now you see the results. Yeah, we are raising 1 million seed round, and if you also see this like huge opportunity in building narrow inclusive world, let's talk. Thank you.
Thank you for the presentation, dear jury members. The floor is yours.
Thank you very much. Christina, sorry, I interrupted you.
Yeah, sorry. One question regarding competition and your pricing. And Julia, you mentioned that you can provide a more affordable price than competitors. First question, why is that? And second, is that the reason users decide to go with your app instead of other apps, or are there other unique features you offer?
Yeah, so as I mentioned, like our competitors provide or like ADHD coaching or like, you know, some text coaching with so they have like this operational model, and we're like a highly focused on the community, and it's also give like this normalization and support. So I'm like really personally believe in the community wave of like, you know, living with this kind of disorders, because I'm tired of teachers, you know, who say that I need to do and just like try harder. So so that's like this community model, and our like highly focused product on that can like allow us to be more affordable. Yes, and the second question, do we have like some special features? Yes. So like so why I'm starting that product, because when I was diagnosed myself, I looked in the market and the tools, and it's all look like we are in the hospital and we have to die here, you know, because we have ADHD. But I know the people with ADHD, and this is exactly like completely not like that. They are fun, they like, you know, and so there was like not really cool product, and we are like really product team. And our UX, I would say, innovation is like the implementing of like the productivity part to support group. So like if you're adding like some your daily task or routines to Numo, you like get some like rewards, blah blah blah, but it's like all automatically share it with like your small accountability group, and this is also like give like some cool help to our users. And we are generally working on like, you know, on like this look and feel of like neurodivergent product, and we just receive a lot of feedback that like, oh, I thought it's another app built by neurotypical psychiatrists, but I was wrong. So we are really going in that direction and how we differentiate. So like we are really neurodivergent product, not you know, some neurotypical product for neurodivergent. I hope I answered your question.
You did. One more question regarding your revenues. Can we go back to the slide? Because I think until May or so, it was kind of flat, and then you had an uptake in June or July. Where does this come from?
So there was like because some part of our revenue comes from organic paid. There was like a huge problem for all companies on the market with like the Facebook algorithm. And so like it's not the only our problem, like the whole companies have the same. Yeah.
Okay, thank you.
Julia, what is the roadmap for you for the next, let's say, 2 or 3 years? Where do you want to go?
I think like in 2 or 3 years, we already have to like, you know, open not only ADHD direction, but like cover some more like conditions on a like neurodiversity spectrum. Like for we totally will go to the web. We totally, because we already like received this kind of feedback, we totally will go to segments. I mean like families, I mean students, different one. We totally see that our product needed like worldwide. So like this is like easy for us to localize, and we like already building this foundation with like content marketing, because there is like a huge search volume in in other countries than like tier 1, but there is like no products and no content. So like we can, you know, make the prices a little bit lower than in tier 1, but these are the first product. And like the problems with ADHD is like the same everywhere, you know, long diagnostic, and then like if you get diagnosed, you don't know what to do. We totally want to start already like working with like B2B in 3 years, and to conduct more like clinical studies, maybe like in collaboration with some like US universities. So it will be easier for us, you know, to like to open some insurance distribution strategies. And like my ultimate, you know, goal is like to have, because I truly believe that like computers and iPhones like is a like already somehow outdated medium. So I'm really waiting for Neuralink to work, because our brain is a really like good point, you know, to have these behavioral changes right away. And it will help me personally a lot, you know, when I'm just like losing attention or like want to buy something which is I don't need just because of dopamine. So
thank you.
Thank you very much for your presentation. Let's move on. The next startup is Take a Shelf.
Hello, my name is Yaroslav. I'm CEO of Take a Shelf, and we help people to lead healthy life. Actually, we started this business in 2020, and we served enterprise like Aurora, Market, Borjomi, but after war we had to do a pivot. So what we do, we help people to choose healthy products in supermarkets. Our team consists of IT specialists and experienced marketing people, and we have implemented many projects before, and we did scientific studies as well, and we are actually experts in computer vision. And the problem is this: so last 20 years, the number of allergies cases grew 4 times, and people with overweight grew nearly 3 times in last 50 years. And the environment become even more toxic, and corporations may put not very healthy ingredients to the products, but also people have a very little information about what is healthy for them and what is not. And the total problem is $500 billion in general with this due to this digestion problem. And solution is this: we have application. You come to supermarket, make a photo of a shelf, make a photo, and you get the result where you see recognized products. What is inside of those products? So you may rate products by quality, or may exclude some ingredients like E or sugar or salt or others. And it would really help you to get opportunity to make informed decisions, what to eat and what not to eat. And business model is very simple. It's subscription based. You pay $60 a year and you get this assistant with you all the time in any place. This very big market and it's flourishing. It's like 40% growth a year. It's health applications market. We sell through a nutritionist and dietitians. We actually interview them constantly, and they will be happy to sell applications through them because it gives them a tool, give their patient a tool to really get a healthy digestion. Also, we want to sell it through bloggers and offline events, and we hope it would be viral. Our difference to competition is very simple. No competitors offer computer vision based solutions. They offer barcode scanning. So you need to really take a product, rotate and scan. And it would take about 10 minutes. For me, it would be 10 minutes. So with our application, you do it in 2 seconds. So it's 300 times faster. And why we are unique? Because we collected millions of images working for enterprise retailers. And we have a tool that helps us to recognize any product just from 2 images, 2 sample images you take, and in all the next shots from your phones, the same product would be recognized with accuracy of 98%. We have some traction, as I mentioned, commercial customers, enterprise customers, but it was before. It helped us to collect data. But now we worked with nutritionists and we interview also customers, and 80% of them will be happy to use this application because it's not only fun, it's also healthy for them to use this application. For today, we received this amount of investments you see in the screen. We had acceleration with Alchemist, one of the top B2B accelerators in the world. We also work with USF, thank you, Demium, and others. And now we look for seed investments to help us grow. And what we do, we first build an MVP for Polish market. I'm based in Poland now. And also then we go to UK and US, the most promising market. So this is our ask. So let's help people to have a healthy diet. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Your claim is basically you're the only ones that really does computer vision approach.
Yeah.
No barcode scan required, super flexible.
Yeah.
That's extremely interesting. On the so what side, yeah, after a product has been scanned, and what do you do afterwards, recommendation, etc. Can you walk us through like one specific case for the end customer using your tool?
Yeah, according to nutritionists and dietitians, the peak demand for this service is when people realize they have a problem. They have diagnosed with diabetes, or they have really understand that they are overweight. And this is the change of their attitude, and this is the way, the time to get this application and start using this application. But also, what I heard from them, this kind of a gamification. So people will like to entertain in supermarket, like make a screenshot. Hey, this is the cheapest and the highest quality product. I will take that. So this is really also economically reasonable solution, not only for healthy diet, but also for other purposes.
Okay, so your data bank is already fed with the information to make a clear recommendation for the customer.
Yeah, so you may choose an option like exclude all E ingredients, these like conservants, yes, exclude sugars, and show me only those that don't contain those ingredients. And otherwise, you make a profile. I'm diagnosed with diabetes. You choose diabetes profile. It excludes all the sugar or other containing dangerous substances products in your selection. So it would be like a scenario based, but also you may have options like don't show me this, don't show me this, don't show me this.
And your pricing, I mean, selecting the right diet basically is probably a very essential process. Why haven't you picked a higher pricing for the end customer?
We did nearly 100 interviews, and this kind of consensus pricing for European market, frankly speaking, but we also interviewed American people. For this market, we believe this is the right price. But because our competitors have like $20 price annually, we believe $60 a year would be a fair price because we give more value. But we do see opportunity to get, it depends on the level of people, how do they perceive the value, where do they live, but it might be higher, yeah.
Okay. Thank you from my side. Colleagues?
Yeah, I have a question. How do you get the information on all the products into your model? Because
yeah, very good question.
Every I don't know, every week, every month, new products are introduced into the market. How do you get that into your model?
Yes, there are FDA and other agencies sponsored database that is named Open Food Facts, and they have 3 million of products, all with all descriptions, all the nutrition facts, all the ingredients information, and we query that database, open database. And if we have a new product from our customer, we also ask this customer to make a screenshot of a product, and then we recognize it manually with our support team and assign EIN code and describe it for Open Food Facts.
And are those products in that database only from the US, or is it Europe, or is it country specific?
Actually, this is French product, and they have 600,000 for America, 100,000 for UK, 200,000 for Germany, and 20K for Poland. This kind of figures.
Okay, got it. That's from my side. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Any other question? Then great. Thank you, Rikashel, for your presentation. And I'm happy to welcome the MISO startup.
Hello, everyone. Turn on my share screen. 1 second. Share. So, do you see my screen?
Yes, you can start.
Great. So, one more hello. My name is Dmitro. I'm from MISO. We are a team from Ukraine, and we created MISO. So, we started with a problem where what is late reaction to critical situations. For example, heart diseases, stress, oncology, and what is more than 70% of deaths from heart diseases. And it is why we created our application and combined with AI, which collect data from smart devices and give for people notifications before any critical condition appear. And it works very fast. User download application, connect any smart device. Currently, we are working with MISO watches, our own watches, and with Apple watches. At this moment, mobile application collect data and AI analyze it and give for users forecast for next 2 weeks or 10 years about any risks, give moreover recommendations and protocols what to do with it, and right in the application user can connect doctors immediately in case of need. And after our testing in Ukrainian hospitals, public hospitals and private hospitals, we get accuracy more than 80%. What says us that more than 80% of people can prevent their critical conditions. And we last month had like technical launch. We for all year we already get a lot of users, more than 3,000. We collecting big data, and our way was more than 3 years. We connected with many governments for preparing to launch them in their countries. We won biggest Ukrainian and European grants, and currently we get very nice tractions. In September, we launched it with our partners from WUSO, which provide for our user assistance 24/7 in any time. And in Poland with mattimуть. We created new device to measure blood sugar non-invasively. We connected Apple Watch, we connected with biggest medical CRM system in Ukraine, and started sales subscriptions. We understand that good product is not enough to start globally, so we need partners for this to be adaptive, flexible, and we already attracted a lot of them. Big partners, local partners from Ukraine, from Poland, from Europe, and of course we have science part from France, from Netherlands, from Ukraine, which help us to provide like the best analytics, AI measurements, and other things. Also, our team have fully all needed skills in technical questions, and our next steps will be to provide treatment and disease analysis, also DNA analysis with our partners from ApexMed, what will be also pitched today. And we preparing PTSD functionality to recover military in Ukraine, what is like very important for today now, to provide them this value of help them to back to families. Maybe some of their families need also help, And currently, for next 2 years, we collected 2 million of seed round, and we're open to for collaborations. So thank you. I'm ready to answer questions.
Thank you for the presentation, dear jury members. Maybe you have any.
Thank you too.
Yes, thank you very much. I have a question about the competition. Many companies in the wearables device market, also some including ECGs and other functionalities. How do you differentiate yourself from them, and what makes you special?
Yeah, it's very interesting for us, and it's very, I would say, helpful for us. First of all, I want to say that we're working with ECG data from smart devices, also from Apple Watch, from Apple Watches, from also our Mr. Watch measure ECG. So we can say a lot about mental health and physical health. So our competitors not are like watch productions, because it is more our partners. We are open to connect them. We started from Apple Watches, and we will do with Xiaomi and another producers. Our market is like preventive first help, first medical help. So yeah, we are working this case. So we even will be happy to sell other devices via Misu, no problem. If we can help more people to connect them. Yeah.
So why are you then not focusing only on the software part, but also building your own hardware?
It was, we started from this. We started from devices. It was for us like first steps. We started from collecting some data. Yeah, somewhere we should get this. We started from testing our theory, and it's why we started from our devices. But then we saw that it's not obvious to work only with our devices. We can make more market, but anyway, we want to develop some new technologies into our devices. So to give for users extra service, for example, for people in risks or in groups of risks, when they need more functionalities than usual smartwatch. Yeah, but yeah, as you said, our focus is software. Yeah, currently we focus on it.
And your current users are all in Ukraine, or where are they're based mostly?
Currently, we started from Ukraine, and the most of users are from Ukraine. Then we already launched in Poland, so like the third part are in Poland, and by our statistic, some pieces of users are all around the world. Yeah, but yeah, currently it's Ukraine and Poland. Yeah. For our next plans, we want to start in Netherlands, because they are our partners, what we are working with, and then France, Germany, European countries. Yeah. In global, like our big milestone is United States.
All right, thank you for myself.
One question from my side. Prediction of a health incident is normally a very strong claim. How are you ensuring that you're accurate in predicting and in giving the correct advice to counteract?
Yeah, it's require a lot of certifications. It should be medical proven. We do not start working with medical diagnoses or some medical recommendations. We started with recognition the signs of some critical situations that may happen. And we changed these notifications and steps to very user-friendly and simple way. So user get notification, for example, some strange behavior. Here you have some questions, answer them, or here you have some doctor, visit this doctor and get some next, I know, steps. And it help us like to be more unique for any country, because we can like work in any country because we give this view of situation of body. So your body now is like stressed, for example, from ECG, we see that there's may lead to some risks. You can get some additional check of your health. And then like people get help. For example, in Ukraine, it's one of the biggest insurance company also. So if we see something critical or maybe strange behavior in the behavior, we notify this insurance, and user can get help 24/7.
Thank you, Dmytro, for your answers, but unfortunately the time is up. And I'm happy to announce the
Thank you, bye.
Mid-voice, the floor is yours. Dmytro, please stop sharing. Yes. Mid-voice, yes.
Hi, everybody. My name is Paolo. I'm CEO and founder of MedVoice. MedVoice is an educational platform for health workers. It was founded in 2019 in Ukraine, and our mission is to increase the level of healthcare, providing medical workers with easily accessible and affordable, high-quality education. I grew up in medical family and in medical society, and visiting a lot of different educational projects, conferences, and speaking with a lot of healthcare during my life, healthcare professional. And I found that health workers learn all the time because this sphere is updating every day. The high quality education is very expensive and inaccessible, especially in Ukraine and in emerging countries. There are a lot of sources with information in this sphere, and different variety medical standards in different countries. And mostly information is in English, and different language barriers. And our solution is a single educational platform with affordable access, multilingual, with peer-to-peer education, with community and social learning. And we work with royalty system for authors and our partners. And we want to add gamification and different technologies like AI assistance and VR simulation technologies. Our business model is hybrid subscription with one-time payment model for private individuals, health workers, and subscription model for hospitals and medical institutions, and advertising space for pharmaceutical and medical companies. Today we have almost 80,000 users in our database, and this year we have 15,000 paying users, 350 medical experts, 1,300 lectures on our platform. They're all in Ukrainian because we work just in Ukrainian market now. And this year, by October, we have $530,000 of revenue, and our target is $700,000. Our team now is 30 people, but here is our core team. We all have some experience in education, in medicine or medical education, and product management and management. Our targeting audience are physicians, dentists, nurses, and pharmacists. Now we work just with physicians and dentists, and are planning to launch products for nurses and pharmacists next year. Now we're looking for $500,000 of investments to develop our platform, to launch our mobile app, to start expansion to European markets. Now we're participating in Finnish and Italian accelerator, and we're looking in this direction in Nordic markets, maybe to onboard 15,000 subscribers in the next 1.5 years, and to launch our B2B platform. Thank you. I'm ready for your questions.
Paulo, thank you for that. Very interesting field in the light of lack of medical resources in a lot of markets in this world. Can you let us know a bit about the stickiness of the paying customers to understand a bit how happy they are with the platform? That's one part of my question, and then the question of expansion into other international markets. You mentioned the accelerators, Italy and in Finland, but maybe you could share some more detailed thoughts on that route.
Yeah. First question, stickiness. We have a lot of different experts, one of the best experts in Ukraine, and we're on the leading platform in Ukraine. Our new platform is a new product, and we're trying to create affordable product for our society, medical society, and to create a community inside, and to create social learning possibilities inside, to give possibilities to experts, and not just to experts, to simple health workers, to share their insights, their cases, their knowledge with each with other, social, like on Facebook, but with professional information. Second question about expansion. We are participating in this EdTech accelerator now, and we're speaking now with different institutions, with universities in Italy first, because this accelerator is held in Italy and in Finland. And we are looking for different partnerships now to create content with different universities from these countries, and to start with from this.
Okay. And who are your competitors or maybe role models in the international landscape?
Our main competitors are big societies, big medical societies, which that hold these big conferences. But we're trying to not to be competitors with them, but to be partners in the future.
So in that sense, it's all, the focus is really on the continuous side of the learning, right?
Yep.
Great. Any others question?
One more question from my side regarding your users. You said you have, I think, around 80,000 users in your database, and 15K are paying. Like, why is there such a big difference? Are these users in your database users that used to pay but are not paying anymore?
Because we create a lot of free content. not all the health workers in Ukraine can pay for education. It's like our social impact, and we had like 30,000 of health workers participating in free courses this year. That's why we collected this database during all 4 years of our work.
Got it. Thank you.
And how's the retention of the paying users? So how long are they on average paying for the product?
They're participating, I think 3 times a year, approximately. They buy 3 times. Now we're just transferring to this new model, to a subscription model, just launching this model and trying to give people this possibility, but it's very difficult for our audience, for Ukrainian audience, because it's something new. You know, we have a lot of older health workers, like post-Soviet health workers, and it's difficult then to understand this. That's why we decided to choose a hybrid model to give them different possibilities.
Thank you. The time is up. And
Thank you.
yes, and now I'm happy to announce a 10-minute break. So please be on time, namely at 5:20. And right after the break, we will start with the Money Hill startup. So please be prepared.
In 10 minutes.
Thank you.
I'm happy everyone is back, and let's continue. Our next startup is Money Hill. The floor is yours.
Hello, everybody. Are you hear me?
Yes, we can.
Okay. Bogdan, I have one more person for presentation for our pitch deck. Now he connecting to our pitch deck, to our conversation. Bogdan,
Yeah.
are you here?
I'm here, Andrew. I'm here.
Oh, very nice. Thank you very much.
I'm here. Do you hear me well?
Yes, we can. We can hear.
Do you hear me well, colleagues? Yes. I'm sorry, I'm without camera today because I have connection trouble. I'm connecting through Zoom on phone and everything. Crazy. Yeah, but you can see Andrew. You can see our deck, so I will just get to it. So together with co-founder of this project, represent Money Hill, which is a project in medtech originating from Ukraine. The co-founders in Europe. And the most important thing is that you need to know at this stage is that so far the project has been is seeking obviously financing. The project has been self-financed by co-founders who invested over $700,000 already in development and research. It has reached going pilot testing in 7 primary care providers, covering more than 600,000 people. And what we are seeking at this point of time is basically venture financing for commercial launch of the project. The amount is in the region of up to 2.5 million euros. And so that's basically the summary what we need. And now I will just go into the project itself. So what is Money Hill? Money Hill is a comprehensive solution for organizing, help employing artificial intelligence technologies. However, the key probably differentiating point of this product is that it is fully focused on primary medicine, that is general practice, the first line of defense of the medical industry, which is very much neglected nowadays, including in many European countries. And the mission of the project is to shift actually the focus of, let's say, of the industry towards preventive medicine and ensuring long-term health for persons and not merely reacting to illnesses when they arise and when it is already too late. So that's basically the approach. Functionally, the product basically is a healthcare organization platform which integrates the functions of CRM, patient communication tool, and telemedicine tool, e-records or EMR system, and AI as for doctors. It also includes the basic functionality for basically setting up doctor appointments and things like that, but only for primary doctors. The purpose and the mission of the whole project, again, is the shift towards preventive medicine and early detection of disease. The whole philosophy of the founders is actually built around prevention and around, say, the idea that actually patient as the end customer should take ownership of his or her own health and should have proper tools for that. And that's what the product is. That underlies, by the way, some important commercial parameters of our project, about which I will talk just in a minute. So the solution how does it work with the prevention and how does it push it here? So the solution integrates a specially designed, let's say, program for prevention, which is based on regular annual screening and monitoring, which the patients are supposed to undergo. It's actually split in different groups of patients because obviously people in different groups and age groups have different needs in terms of screening and monitoring. And so the whole idea is to provide regular data to monitor potential deviations, which may be indicative of, for example, changes in the person's health or early indications of disease and things like that. This is especially focused on the
biggest top 3 killers like heart disease, cancer, and things like that. The scientific basis of the project is the so-called 4P paradigm. I don't think I have time to discuss it in detail. Basically, it is about prediction, focusing on prediction, prevention, personalization of medical care, and participation of the patient in the healthcare. The next point I would like to cover is the commercial aspect, the monetization, how the project makes money. So the project is primarily subscription-based, and the subscriptions are supposed to be paid by the clients, by the patients only. The project, and philosophically, will, again, that idea of the ownership of the health, right? So actually the doctors, the primary doctors, who are overworked, overstressed, and understaffed, are not expected to pay anything. We see them as actual allies and marketers and helpers to introduce the ideas that we have to the patients and to the end customers. Of course, other streams for monetization can be explored, but primarily subscriptions of a small monthly amount. That's the whole approach.
I'm sorry,
and finally,
you, but the time is up.
Sure. One sentence. I'll just mention that, as I said, we are basically completing a free pilot in Ukraine. And so the money that we need is for commercial launch. And the first market planned for launch is Poland, but then we plan expansion to EU and beyond. And that's basically all we have to say. Thank you. I'm happy to answer any questions, and Andrei is here as well for that.
Thank you.
Thank you, Bogdan and Andrei. I think it would be helpful if you, here it shows status, if you elaborate a bit what the status is. What functionalities are available to the patients, and also your status in terms of commercialization.
Mm-hmm. I will start, but I will ask Andrei to add on the more technical aspects. So, in terms of commercialization, this project has not reached commercial stage yet. It is MVP basically. So the platform is up and running with all the basic functionality there. Andrei will add details to that. It is undergoing testing, free pilot testing with healthcare providers in Ukraine, but it has not yet been. It is not yet ready for commercial launch because you have to adjust to each specific market, and we're looking at this stage primarily at European markets, and this is something that we need money for. But Andrei, please add on the technical stuff, maybe just a few words, what functionality we already have.
Yeah, and maybe quickly on that, what's the core feedback from your test patients, customers?
Okay, so we started to work with primary care providers. It's primary care providers which are represented by family doctors, and we stored a lot of feedback from family doctors because we understand that primary doctors is very important for us. Because, for example, in our system, we have projects of screening and monitoring programs, and these programs which allow to patients to make the annual and sometimes monthly checkups of their health and store all big data and store all necessary information to the personal medical archives, and family doctors is also very important for us because we store and coordinate all necessary medical information about patients and family doctors. For that purpose, we created a lot of services like screening monitoring programs, like connection systems, and data analysis, personal medical archives, health dynamics, and more and more. So,
but Andrei, the site is up and running, and we can show it, right? So,
yes, of course.
So, yeah. Sorry, did it answer your question, or maybe we need some clarification?
Sorry, I thought you wanted to switch to the side. No, thanks for that. For my colleagues, any questions?
Not from my side. Thank you.
Okay.
From my side, maybe on the expected pilot, you said you predict that over 600,000 patients will be included. How do you assure that?
In Ukrainian healthcare industry, every primary care providers, according to medical reform in Ukraine, have declarations, have sub-agreements with patients, and each patient have a personal family doctor. So we combine more than 600 family doctors, which cover this area of population. Now in pilot stage, we started to work with family doctors, because family doctors is something like our marketers. We start to, process the feedback from family doctors, and then some couple of patients start to work with family doctors, start to work with personal screening and monitoring programs. And we gather the feedback from them, because it's some complicated story, you know, because it's information about diagnosis, about tests, about screening programs and something like this. And this is complicated story, you know.
But just for clarification, you work with 600 family doctors, and that covers over 600,000 patients. So over 100,000 patients per. Okay. Wow.
Yes, exactly.
But of course, it doesn't mean that 600,000 patients are involved in testing right now. It's the which are assigned to the family doctors who are included in the pilot program. But the pilot is run around the family doctors, because they are like the linchpin.
Okay, now understood. I'm just thinking that it's still a huge number per family doctor. But okay, then no further question from my side. Thank you.
Okay, thank you very much.
And let's move on. And our next participant is Rozmova startup. Rozmova, the floor is yours.
Hello everyone. I'm glad to see familiar faces, and happy to see a lot of great people addressing their solutions to solve healthcare, especially mental health projects. So yeah, that's just great. Rozmova is also about mental health, and so we developed Rozmova 1.5 years ago, and this is a platform designed to match psychotherapists and clients quickly and efficiently. Since then, we have become the #1 platform in Ukraine, and now we launched in Poland in about 2 months ago. And today we are raising money to obtain a quarter of Polish market and create a springboard for further global expansion. Talking about the problem, as we can see in our new post-pandemic world, we see a rapidly growing number of people suffering from mental health issues such as depression, ADHD, OCD, addiction, etc. And also many markets have shifted online, including platforms for searching the mental health assistance. And there is an absence of services to address this kind of requests. So we developed a solution, Rozmova. Rozmova is a classic marketplace where therapists can use our platform as a turnkey career solution within an optimal amount of clients weekly and all the necessary tools for their practice. And clients can find the best therapists within the matter of few clicks, and we make these matches in a smart way, I mean, between the therapist and clients. So during this period, we have achieved such metrics, conducting more than 5,000 sessions monthly, experiencing 15% month-over-month growth. And what's more important, that we already achieved profitability. And this creates a great opportunity for us to expand into the foreign markets. So Rozmova is perfectly, in my understanding, is perfectly fit for the European market with this developed product and the main operational costs covered by the existing business in Ukraine. But that's not all we can share. We have developed an automated supply-side management system, which gives us an opportunity to compete with European platforms and expand into the Northern and Western Europe. So these core features has created the best efficiency for mental health marketplace operation. For most products, scaling is extremely difficult due to the high operational cost for supply side management, but I believe it's not for us. Our automated system creates an environment to constantly increase LTV and improve retention of therapists. So we know how to match supply, therapies with client preferences in the real time. And we know when to activate and deactivate therapies, how to promote them, and thus retain them working with Rozmova. And we know how to identify improvements that can be made for their growth on our platform. And for sure, we know how to sort therapies based on their availability, let's say slots available and times available and their performance. So we are constantly testing this in Ukraine, which affects LTV growth and retention rate. Now we need funding for its complete development and implementation in larger markets. So I'd like to say a few words about the market. This is a market size that covers just Ukrainian and Polish markets. It's quite modest, but it covers only the following year, 2024, and it creates a great springboard for further expansion into the 9 billion global Western mental health market. We have already secured first part of seed round of investment, which helped us develop even faster than our projections were. And now we are raising $200,000, which is approximately 190,000 euro, mostly for core feature development and for cost-efficient operation scaling. I'm not sure about that if I have time to cover all of the team members gathered by our passion for psychology, but I wanted to mention that we have been working for the years with well-being products and have experience delivering products globally. If I have just a minute just to summarize in a few statements. So the mental health industry is growing rapidly. We know all of this, unfortunately for all of us and fortunately for the business. We have proven our traction and growth during our period of operation, and we have achieved profitability, which I believe is important. And what could be more important, that we have developed a feature that can help us compete globally. Thank you so much for listening, and I'll be happy to answer any questions you may have.
Thank you very much. And congratulations to the continuous nice development of your user figures and revenues. And you mentioned your launch in the Polish market over the last 2 months. Could you quickly comment on how that is going? Because targeting 25% of the market is a pretty strong claim. So I wonder whether there's some data to underline that.
Thank you for the question. Yeah, we faced, telling the truth, we faced a lot of blockers in Polish market. So right now we are working on unblock the markets. We reached, like, let's say we have 25 therapists right now, and we have about 100 clients monthly. But what's more important, we see the great difference between the Polish market and Ukrainian market. So we have to adapt product and we have to develop payment system for the Polish market. And also there is another approach for therapist onboarding process, but still the same supply side management system. So within this supply side management system, it's even easier than in Ukraine because it takes like only 2 hours to verify therapists in our platform, and then the system just proceeding with their metrics and their performance. So right now we need like 2 or 3 months to see how the metrics goes in Poland and which therapist can fit the best. Yeah, for sure we have to adapt UX and UI of Polish platform, and marketing is also a bit different, but we're already working on it. So we are quite confident about the Polish market because products are still on early stage and the market is growing very actively. Not for sure like in Ukraine, but we can see the growth like 20-25% per year.
Thank you for that. And then from your investments, from the investment amount, quite a large part is targeted on product improvement. Could you quickly elaborate what are the main areas where you want to improve, where you want to add something to the product?
Yes, exactly. This system we were talking about, this is like a supply side management system. We were gathering the information within the last year from the therapies. So we constantly measuring a lot of metrics of them. So right now we know how to work with therapies, and we need to develop it in automated mode. This is the only thing I believe that can help us to conquer the different various markets, not only Polish markets, but the markets like German market, which is completely different even from the Polish markets. So we have to, because we believe that who controls supply side, they control the market. So in general, we have to focus on supply side management system, and 60% of investment will go within this development, and we have a roadmap for the following 12 months. For sure, it's a lot of investment coming to the marketing, local marketing in Poland, because in Ukraine we have ROAS on mostly channels more than 100%, and it's quite simple to us to scale the operations in the new markets, because it's more about just a support.
And could you describe like the maturity of the product that's within Ukraine? Basically, are there any elements you wanna change?
Yeah, for sure. We have a lot of features that we want to develop in Ukraine. Such a lot of tools we have to integrate. For sure we need to develop mobile application. So we should integrate the video calls and chat support, and we have some innovative ideas about the text therapy and kind of AI chat suggestions for the preparation for the therapy and forwarding the therapy. So we have a lot of ideas what to improve. But what's great that in Ukraine we have a profitability, so we have our own resources to develop all of that. So for now, seeing the great rise of the markets, we want to focus on the expansion to be on the right time within the European market, and even we have some ambitious plans in the US.
Okay, thank you.
Thank
Any
you.
questions from my colleagues?
I have one question regarding your competition. I know Hedapy from the Czech Republic, and at first glance, the offering seems pretty similar. How do you differentiate from them?
Yeah, we have a meeting with Lucas, so we know them quite well, and I like them. They launched in 9 different countries, so their launch models is completely different of ours one. They have a lot of, in my opinion, in my understanding, at what we had an opportunity to exchange the experience with them. They launch on the similar model within every country, and they have a huge operational expenses and expenses for marketing. So we can see that in Ukraine they already launched 2 years ago, earlier than we launched, but right now we have 40% of Ukrainian market, and they have like 5% of Ukrainian market. So within in my understanding, because I don't know all of the truth for sure, but they don't focus on the therapies, so they onboarded the therapies in the price categories they want to see and they want to monetize. And from our side is the core feature that helps us to store the therapies and to work with the therapies who will be much more efficient for the client's needs. And that's not about our kind of vision or manual seeing the therapies, but it's more about the system that track the measurements. And they provide online therapy while we provide online and offline therapy, so we are not limited in it. And yeah, quite similar. I like Hedapy, so we'll see how it works within the various markets. In Poland and in Ukraine, I'm quite confident about that.
Thank you for the presentation. We are out of time, and
thank you so much.
I would like to introduce our next startup is Lita House.
Just 1 second. Okay, so my name is Dennis, and I am a doctor. I want the healthcare system to be associated with 3 words: timely, convenient, and simple. So that will be possible, there is only 1 word: prevention. Prevention is economical, less invasive, and significantly beneficial for the health. Prevention is the cornerstone of healthy society, yet it frequently takes a backseat in healthcare conversations, both in consultations and discussions amongst healthcare professionals and patients. The primary hurdle is the lack of time. A comprehensive health risk assessment might take anywhere from 15 minutes to an hour or more. But, for example, in Ukraine, a family doctor's appointment averages just 15 minutes, barely enough for a comprehensive health risk assessment, which is crucial for effective prevention. It's also worth mentioning that processing and systematization of received risk information takes time and is mostly a manual process. Today, we have a lack of convenient solutions for determining health risks and monitoring preventive measures among patients. Lita is here to bridge this gap. It's a personal medical assistant on your smartphone, designed to comprehensively assess your health risks, utilizing advanced algorithms and your medical history. This solution not only automates the preventive care process, but also ensures a systematic and timely approach to healthcare management. Lita crafts a tailored health prevention plan for individuals, complete with vaccination schedules, cancer risk assessment, and cardiovascular risks, timely reminders for preventive appointments, medications, and recommended lifestyle alterations. It also allows seamless sharing of health information with family physicians and specialists, ensuring a holistic and coordinated care approach. Additionally, Lita empowers you to monitor the health of your loved ones, keeping their well-being just a tap away. On the doctor's side, Lita creates a cost-effective solution that works with patients automatically and decently without the involvement of additional staff. Lita works 24/7 and has no off hours. Our product provides easy access to the necessary health information and will notify if the preventive schedule isn't followed appropriately. Lita stands out from its competitors with a comprehensive approach by assessing different aspects of prevention instead of assessing it unilaterally. And most importantly, it takes two to tango. Prevention isn't just work for the doctors and the patients, and Lita focuses on both, unlike its competitors. We segment our target audience into family doctors and women with children. Lita operates on a freemium model for patients and a subscription model for healthcare professionals and clinics. The pricing strategy aims to ensure widespread adoption and sustained revenue generation. Currently, we are focused on the Ukrainian market with the future goals to expand in Europe. We engaged almost 200 family doctors in a survey, with 50% indicating a willingness to pay for our app, recognizing its value. Furthermore, a survey of 1,000 patients revealed that over half desire such an app. Currently, we are in the final stage of prototype development with a plan to roll out the MVP in partnership with general practitioners and 2 family medicine clinics. Over the next 6 months, we aim to finalize the MVP for both patients and doctors. In 18 months, we project to onboard 5,000 patients and at least 20 family physicians, primarily targeting the Ukrainian market before expanding into Europe. Our team is a dynamic blend of young medical practitioners with 5 years of hands-on experience in Ukrainian hospitals and overseas medical facilities. We have public health specialists who bring a wealth of knowledge in community wellness. Our business analyst with a health domain expertise ensures we are aligned with market needs, while our CTO, boasting over 10 successful projects, both locally and internationally, drives our technological innovation. We're incorporated in Ukraine, and all our team members operate from here. Currently, in our pre-seed stage, we need 100,000 euros to accelerate our development, market penetration, and scale our operations to meet the increasing demand for preventive healthcare solutions. We invite you to join us in the transformative journey to make healthcare timely, convenient, and simple. With Lita, we are not just creating an app, we're nurturing a community where preventive healthcare is a collaborative effort ensuring a healthier society. Thank you for your consideration.
Thank you, Dennis. One question in the direction of the product. Could you dive in a little bit deeper in this, in the sense of tracking versus other innovative approaches to contribute to the patient's health, basically in a preventive way? So where do you go beyond tracking status, etc.?
So based on the information that will be provided from the patients at the early stages, and eventually it will be downloaded automatically from electronic health records, LITA creates a health risk map for the patient. And based on this map, LITA creates an individual plan for the prevention. It will be generated on the patient's device. It will be available for general practitioner who is a doctor for this patient. It will be available for the patient. It will remind the patient about necessary interventions. So at the first stages, we are oriented to the cancers and cardiovascular diseases. And further, we will expand to vaccination schedules. We also give an opportunity to add a family member. So I mentioned that our target audience is women with children, because there are a lot of preventive visits for the children, and their schedules are more broad. So we're also working with this. Also, you can add your relatives who are over 50 or over 60, for example, and couldn't use the smartphone, and they also need a prevention of many cancer and visits for the doctors. And actually, that's the big problem, because this part of the population, they do not follow the recommendations of the doctors frequently. And also, there will be education materials and tracking. So the prevention could be secondary, tertiary. So eventually, there will be the tracking of the vitals, and by that we will prevent the complications of some cardiovascular diseases, for example.
Thank you. For my colleagues?
Yeah, I have one question. You mentioned with the results of your survey that 50% of GPs are willing to pay for your product. Did you already include a price point in that survey?
We've just so there was a price point that for average we provided. It was $8 per month, but also we provided for general practitioners to choose what kind of money they would pay. So some of them also tell us that they are ready to pay more, but actually, so 50% they're willing to pay, but more than 80% they understand that this problem is present, but they just think that maybe hospital should pay for that. So that's why we also can be positioned as B2B2C, because we can work directly with private clinics.
And you include all the state-of-the-art guidelines into your preventive health measures. That's what I got, right? So for prophylaxis and vaccines, that after 5 years you have to renew the vaccine, and you get a notification to renew that vaccine, etc. That's how the app works, right?
Yes, but not all recommendations comes with such a broad timing. So, but in general, yes, it works like this.
Okay, and how do you see the current market situation regarding competition, or do you have like a role model which you are following?
So there are actually a lot of apps for prevention, but they have just separate functions. So we've looked through a lot of apps, and actually there is a great app from Czech Republic. It's new. It's called Loom, and I like their gamification for the patients, but also there are a lot of vaccination schedules, but they are lack of functionality, and they do not connect the doctor and the patient. But in my experience with US digital health market, so there is an app called Medical Brain, and it could be the future that I see for LITA when it eventually will become artificial intelligence completely.
Okay, great, thank you.
Thank you. The time is up. And
thank you.
Now please welcome our next startup, Knowledge Gator.
So can you see the screen? Hello.
Yes, yes, we can.
So hi, I'm Valery, the founder of Knowledge Gator, explainable AI for data mining and structuring in biotech and healthcare. So the data is the new oil, right? And GPT-4 and other LLMs enabled businesses to benefit even more from their data, but they're not perfect, especially in life sciences and healthcare, where they hardly hallucinate and generally fail. 95% of companies can prove it. Just to illustrate. So our client is life sciences data analytics company, came to us and thought the need to classify companies based on their descriptions in life sciences domain. So they tried GPT-4 and got 60% accuracy for $87,000. Then they came to us and we provided 79% accuracy for just $5K. So, and our model was fine-tuned, let's say optimized to their data and business case within 1 day. So our API are based on AI, these like building blocks that can be assembled into any natural language processing workflow, like web scraping, content filtering, information extraction, and knowledge discovery. And most unique feature, converting unstructured raw text into superstructured table with columns according to your requirements. And remember the word explainable data mentioned at the start. It means in our context that if you press on any of extracted entities in the table, and you will be navigated to exact place in the text from which it was extracted, it will be highlighted there. So this is the exact explainability where you can double check everything within seconds. It's very crucial in life sciences and healthcare. So as you can see, our models are much more precise, cost-effective, and faster than competitors like GPT-4. And this is ensured by our unique non-generative AI approach, where we focus on task-oriented specialized models. Our market is big, so now we are focused on life sciences and healthcare due to high data complexity and minimal competition, where our technologies will shine the best. And our extensive expertise, 3 out of 4 founders are from life sciences and healthcare. Then we'll venture into broader markets, and the total addressable market there is 21 billion. So we have 2 types of competitors, general ones and narrow ones, such as Johnson Labs, and we combine their strengths, which are scalable business model and really cost-effective fine-tuning, let's say optimization to real business cases. So we combine standard B2B outreach with B2C2B approach, where we place our products on various software marketplaces and automation platforms such as Zapier. And to prove technological advantage, we publish our research in top-tier scientific journals. We won American FDA endorsed computational biology challenges 2 times in a row, creating the best model for drug-induced liver injury identification in scientific articles, and we regularly engage with our customers through content and business events. So our traction so far, growing community of 5,000 users, $9K monthly revenue, and most importantly, we converted almost 30% of leads into demo calls during large-scale outreach, where we filtered different market segments. So we combine AI and healthcare expertise, and our team is fully dedicated. So I finished medical school, and I quit my promising, potentially profitable medical career to make this company profitable. In terms of finance, we raised a little bit of money and grants, including state Ukrainian grant from Ukrainian government, and we completed 2 business accelerators. So now we are asking for money for exponential scaling. We are raising $360,000 receipt to reach and touch to $500,000 ARR, and then within 1 year, raise 1 million under 8 valuation. So I invite you to use this QR code and explore all our resources like website, presentation, video tutorials, AI playground, which is better than Cohere. So yeah, thank you for attention and reach out to me for potential business opportunities.
Thank you. Dear jury members, may we have any question?
Yeah, thank you very much. Could you maybe jump back real quick on the revenue slide? There was one peak in like a few months ago, if I understood correctly.
Yep.
Yeah, could you explain a little bit about the peak and then the development afterwards?
Yeah, apart from APIs, we also offer integration services. And we are also building some natural language processing, very complex natural language processing workflow for enterprise clients. And this is the case where the company really required very complex project, and we performed it and got decent money. So, based on our
it was like a
technologies.
one-time payment, and then okay, got it.
We don't like that. We had really, like, I think up to 20 opportunities to do the same, but we scatter our attention, and we really should be focused on developing our software, validation of market, and so on, instead of just being development companies. So.
One more question regarding the revenues. What percentage of the revenues in September came from services versus the subscription?
Everything come from subscription.
Okay. And one more, sorry.
Please, Christina.
One more question regarding pricing. You mentioned you're way cheaper than the competition. How did you come up with your pricing strategy? So could you also make the product more expensive?
We didn't try it yet. So, but for now, it's not that hard for us to provide really cheap solutions, because we have raised a little bit of grants for GPUs, and we have enough GPUs to don't lose money when users use our software. But within 6 months, we're gonna even significantly improve the performance of our models, because our mathematical team comprised the idea of different architecture. And then with even more competitive edge, we're gonna increase the prices.
Mm-hmm. Thank you.
Maybe one more question about the users. What are your, or who are your current users, and how are you planning to expand your user base?
Yeah, to be honest, monthly we generate new clients and revenue through B2B outreach, and we have many customers that are not paid. But currently we are focused on small niche, which is really easy to reach out. These are life sciences data analytics companies. So companies that provide services, consultancy, and so on, pharma and biotech companies. But our primary target is pharma, biotech, and big healthcare companies. And we closed one company, we started pilot project with them. It's medium-sized biotech company. It's still not a commercial partnership, but it's gonna be transformed into commercial one within 2 months, as we agreed. And most importantly, we are on the final stage of negotiation with 2 top 50 pharma companies. So, but it's not closed yet, so it doesn't count. This is why I didn't say it.
No, great, but thank you for elaborating a bit more. Yeah, and congratulations on the leads.
Yeah, thank you a lot.
Thank you. Any other questions? Right, then let's move on. And I'm happy to welcome the DocQA startup.
Hey, how are you doing? Still doing good so far. Okay, so I'm here to introduce you DocQA, the leading online medical platform in Ukraine. We pride ourselves in being a one-stop solution for both patients and doctors. For patients, we offer a catalog of doctors, like clinics, the list of healthcare services with socially proven reviews and rankings. So it's a Craigslist, actually. It helps our customers to find a match with a specific doctor in a specific region with a specific need, time slots, and so on and so on. We are a multi-product company. Also, we're operating telemed services, telemed product, pharmacy aggregator, and even discounter for lab test. For healthcare providers, such as clinics, doctors, labs, whatever, we are also providing the marketing feature. We're giving them ability to advertise and promote themselves, to gain leads, so to sell their services. And everything is within our platform. So this is our killing feature. So roadmap. We are top visited site for online doctors' appointments booking in Ukraine. And we focused on private healthcare market, private healthcare. So the top two sites by traffic is also part of our ecosystem. And I think it's worth to mention. So yeah, our roadmap for upcoming years is strategic and ambitious. We believe that medical information systems are the next big thing. Came to 2025, our ambition is to expand internationally. So what brings me to our proposal? So we are on a mission to expand our ecosystem. To achieve this, we're seeking for investment to acquire a medical information system. Let me stop on the MIS for a second. MIS is a solution to automate the workflow of a medical institution. So this is such products usually used to manage healthcare organization like doctors, inventory, appointment schedules, documents, government relations, patients' data, and so on and so on. So this is a kind of mix of CRM, ERP for healthcare organization. And now is a unique market case. All healthcare organization has to use in Ukraine, has to use government certified MIS by law. And none of this MIS is not offering additional services. They not include marketing, lead gen to their bundles. And we do. So we believe that adding MIS to our offer will change the market. With MIS, we will be a complete box solution. All healthcare organizations that will use our product will gain additional values from combination of these products. Just imagine private hospitals can utilize doctors' times better, save money with marketing tools, and manage schedules for all types of appointments, like offline, online, and so on. Also, it will fulfill offering for patients, really one place to store and manage all the services, records, and so on. So acquiring a MIS for us is a really strategic move to become a full cycle health company. It also will unlock for us stunning experience for patients. Again, one app that will store all data and helps to handle any healthcare actions. So the projected revenue growth post-acquisition is a testament to the potential value and ROI of this investment. It's clear that 2 million funds are not just an expense, but an investment into consolidating Doc.ua market position and also ensuring a long-term sustainable growth. In summary, we're not just another online medical platform. We are an ecosystem already. We are the future of healthcare in Ukraine. And with your investments, we can take our vision global. With your support, we can shape the future of healthcare in Ukraine. And one last thing, we aim to establish Doc.ua as an ultimate medical ecosystem, a one-stop shop for patients, doctors, clinics, and other healthcare providers. So that's it, guys.
Yes, the time is out, unfortunately. Let's move on to the Q&A session.
Thank you very much, Andre, and impressive visitor and user numbers. How did you get there?
So yeah, the company it was founded 8 years ago, and as a company we invest a lot in brand, in different articles about. So currently a lot of users, so this is mainly Google traffic, and the people came to site to read about diseases, diagnostic, and again we have 300 patients reviews. So people, when someone in Ukraine Google a doctor or clinic, he will find our platform and will read about it from the words of other patients. So this is our secret and key access. A lot of social proven data and the strong brand. Next one.
And then on your planned acquisition, I mean, potentially having such a significant access to the patient landscape, there are probably a lot of different routes for additional monetization of that basis. Why do you believe the medical information system acquisition is the strongest lever for you, whereas some kind of other monetization?
Okay, good point. I think this is because specifically Ukrainian landscape. So by the law, any company cannot store the medical data of the patient. It should be stored in a central government-controlled database. And the access to this database is allowed only for certified companies like certified MIS. And from my opinion, from our vision, this is a key puzzle that we're missing, to access, to be contributor, and to have ability by law to store, process, update this data. So again, to offer our patients additional super app with all medical services in Ukraine, with one tap button to book any healthcare service, we need to join this government program, and the quickest way to do it is MIS.
Understood. So only with MIS you can be like the full, you can really own the patient basically, in a sense of knowing his health journey. Without that, impossible.
Yeah, I mean, as a company, for example, as a clinic or like some service, you can own the data that only was processed in this clinic. But when you connect it to this database, you can process all data about this person with his permission, of course. So, and this is a reason every company contributes to this. Every doctor's appointment have to be logged in this central database. Any vaccination, everything should be logged. And this like reforms is going and going, and I think Ukraine will be the top one healthcare country in the world soon. Like it's like DIA, guys. If you know this, we have experts in our apps, so we will have all medical data in our apps, in our phones, very soon.
Yeah, agree. And how about the latest dynamic in terms of your core product basically, and patient visits? What was how did the growth dynamic look like? That's one question. And the second one is, how do you currently monetize your patients, your customers?
Okay, so if you don't mind, I will start from the last questions. So right now we on a transaction model. For patients, every service on our platform is free, and we charge clinics and doctors. As you can see, we charged up to 25% for appointment and the treatment cost. For online consultation, for telemed platform, we charge 30% cost of online consultation. Laboratories, pharmacies has additional like fees. For laboratories, we take 10 to 15%. Advertising is a fixed fee per period, and so on. So this is our operating model. And due to how we're doing, so how we're developing, I frankly saying, well, the war time, the first 6 months of war was harsh time for us. We lost a lot of traffic, the structure of, the people was leaving the country, the doctors also. So it was a harsh time for us. But this year is really good. We almost recovered like 80 or 90% for pre-war stage. I mean, pre-war levels. And I think it will be a new baseline. And we right now is growing. I'm implementing a new strategy with a new service level, with new products, with automation of the processes. So I'm as a product, I'm really focused on UX, customer patient experience, and we are growing right now.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you. The time is up. And let's move on to our last but not least startup for today. Apexmed, please. The floor is yours.
Thank you. Prior to my speech, I would like to apologize for some background noise. I'm currently in the travel from one scientific organization to another, so that's why a little bit rushy, but I hope you can still hear me well. So let's start with the pitch. The statistics say that globally more than 70% of the world is covered by the electronic health records, where each patient has an average from 30 to 100 electronic health records. But the biggest problem is that every fifth of this electronic health record is wrong or contains the error which jeopardizes the patient health. Being suffering from by myself by this mistake and the error in the electronic health record for 5 years, I was motivated to change this landscape and improve the current state of the medical care. So basically, together with my team, we built a solution which made the analysis of electronic health record more smooth and leads to the personalized, safe, and effective treatment. Introducing Apexmed, virtual assistant for personalized disease treatment. In Apexmed, we collect the information from well-recognized sources and make them accessible and easy to apply in a clinical practice. Our expert system contains a lot of data points and more than 75,000 of the medical information with more than 500,000 connections between them. Again, collected from the well-recognized sources such as National Institute of Health, FDA, EMA, and so on and so forth. Also, we made them, we supported and enhanced this expert system by our AI-based algorithm and advanced data processing approaches. The result of this report is the personalized treatment plans, also comprehensive description of the disease and advanced suggestions on treatment modifications, which users get through their emails. A few words about the users. For 3 key linkages in the healthcare system for patient, doctor, and hospital, Apexmed has its unique benefits, such as for patient, we are able to show the reduction of drug inefficiency up to 30%. For doctors, we are freeing up to 35% of time and reducing the workload. And for hospitals, it's saving up to 40% of cost by combining the first benefits from the patient and doctor categories. We operate in the B2B2C business model where the users can get the data-driven insight by connecting through the medical information system or just by simply using our web application. In terms of integration, Apexmed is Fire-based solution, which makes it extremely easy to connect from any existing EHR provider, which are like Epic, Cerner, Dr. Chrono, and so on and so forth. And we already successfully show our capability to do so. Basically, we are able to connect through Fire to any of these kind of systems and also avoid Fire protocol if our partner would like to do so. For the market opportunity and the estimation of the market, we followed the transparent bottom-up approach and calculated the average revenue per year in the Ukraine, which is our beachhead market, and also in the Eastern Europe, the Europe as it is, and globally for the SAM, SOM, and TAM markets. In terms of competitive advantage, there are no similar solution on the market developed yet, as none of our tools allow, first of all, the integration with the medical information system or electronic health record platform, and also treatment personalization from the wide list of disease. Currently, we are piloting the 5 healthcare providers and the other partners in Ukraine in the Netherlands, and now we are fundraising to be able to offer our services to the wider list of clients. The feedback from our early adopters is mind-blowing. They're all extremely satisfied, and Dr. Turova, who is a leading expert in the personalized medicine in Ukraine, is promoting our solution without any advertisement or kind of any other pushes from our side, which is a honor for us. A few words about the impact in the Ukraine. The EPICSMED, as soon as it's implemented on the nationwide scale, the EPICSMED will be able to bring the personalized and effective treatment for more than 6 million of patients, and they will finally get their personalized and effective treatment plans. What is also important to mention that we build EPICSMED in concordance with the Sustainable Development Goals from the United Nations, allowing the smooth and the continuous development and improvement of medical segments. In our core team, there are 3 main members, 2 senior software developers, and me, a person with biomedical background in the PhD in personalized medicine, and also we are all experienced in the development of the medical solutions and the related software as well as expert system. We also have a wide advisory board of the clinical experts worldwide, and also business development specialists and scientists altogether. So what is our ask? Our ask is 500,000 euros for the next 24 months as a pre-seed round, where most of the costs will be allocated to the R&D processes. So yeah, personalized medicine starts with EPICSMED. I am thankful for your patience, for the background noise, and very happy to answer all of your questions. Yeah.
Thank you. Dear jury members, maybe I have any questions?
Yeah, thank you very much, Marina. And the background noises weren't any problem. Just so you're on the safe side.
Good, yeah. Yeah. That's a relief for me. Okay, please.
Yeah. My first question would be if you could guide us through the process of your product. So it's starting in the clinic, and like what is required from the patient? What does the doctor have to do? That would be great if you could elaborate a bit on that.
Sure. Basically, what we realized that as soon as any medical software has such as endpoint like disease and medication, we are able to start with it. And we operate like as soon as the clinic or the other partners that we are integrating with now, such as like the global medical software in Ukraine, the biggest medical software provider in Ukraine, as well as our partners, Misu, who were pitching before us. So as soon as they have these endpoints like the disease and medication, we are able to start our report and get the advanced description of the disease and some suggestions on the personalization. Of course, as soon as if the infrastructure and the software of the provider has the DNA information, or some lab tests and key biomarkers, we are able to suggest like call to actions or the action plans on how to implement this personalized way to treat diseases. So basically we start with the barely minimum set of information. We indicate what is needed to adjust and continue with personalized plan. And as soon as this is completed, as soon as the user is providing to us this information, we are able to provide this treatment plan based mostly on the pharmacogenomic recommendations.
Okay, great, thank you. And you currently have 5 clinics in your program?
Well, this is kind of, this is true, but what is the most important part is that, first of all, the last week after I leave Arena was absolutely fruitful, and we signed up the integration with these biggest medical providers, gaining us the access to 20 million of patients in Ukraine, and also the set of strategic partnership with the Dutch organization, Dutch healthcare providers, with a total access for more than 30 patient organizations, 20 hospitals, 20 biggest hospitals, and the healthcare providers, and also related like medical organizations and communities. So yeah, sorry for the wrong slide, but yeah, this is where we are. But we were piloting indeed in the 5 clinics in Ukraine. This is the result which we get out of these pilot runs.
Maybe one question in the direction of Evgeny in terms of as a CTO, what part of the product are you in particular proud of?
Yeah. First of all, I am CEO. The CTO is with me on the board. He is responsible for the technical integration, the expert. So my expertise mostly in science. So my biggest achievement so far is that I feel like I contributed a lot, and our team made extreme effort to make and enable and democratize implementation of personalized medicine in Ukraine, first of all, but also made it easier to apply in the hospitals and the other organizations worldwide. So first of all is democratization, enabling this advanced knowledge, simplifying this usage in the clinical practice, and also making all of this, you know, like billions of data points so easy to use and in a timely manner, increasing the effectiveness and the output of the analysis right here, right now. So yeah, I would say this is the biggest achievement from us so far.
What do you consider as your USP and the part of the business that is really defensible?
Can you please elaborate on this question? I am not sure I fully get it.
What makes what you're doing really unique, and what part of it is really can you really defend against competition?
Yeah, so we are orienting. So we are not trying to invent the wheel. I would like to say so. We are using the existing solutions from our partners and making the significant improvements with the minimum investments of time and costs. So that is kind of the way that we are. As soon as we build as we build this expert system, we are able to apply it to any setup, which is kind of something distinguishing from our competitors who are focused on the particular set of disease, zooming in and narrowing down their solution to this limited list of the disease, or oppositely, writing down the existing knowledge or kind of unpersonalized plans for all the kind of disease. So it's kind of, for us, it's a unique niche where we are able to provide this wide, this personalized recommendation for the wide list of the disease, but also integrating with the medical software and, you know, enhancing the existing solution instead of changing users' behavior and completely destroying the existing kind of setup that providers or partners have.
Thank you very much.
Was it? Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you. The time is up. And first of all, I'm thankful for your attention, and I would like to thank our partner YZR Capital Investment Fund for such a great opportunity for Ukrainian startups. We will get back with the decision within 2 weeks, I guess. Marcus, please correct me if I'm wrong.
Correct.
Perfect. And see you at the next pitches.
Thank you very much from our side. It was extremely exciting, amazing what you're building, and you will hear from us.
Thank you very much.
Thank you for your time. Bye.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Thank you. Have a nice evening.